I call the October 2nd, 2017 regular council meeting to order. Flag salute. Councilor May, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Maybe I should have taken a knee, huh?
Thank you. Roll call.
Silent roll call has been taken and a quorum is present.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the September 5th, 2017 regular council meeting?
So moved.
Second.
John is second. Discussion? All those in favor? None opposed? What do we have, 5 of us, so 5-0. Petitions, communications, and citizens' requests. At this time, is there anyone from the audience that would like to come up and discuss an item? If so, please state your name and address. Okay. Moving on to reports. Council President. First, I wanted to thank everybody involved with Riverfest this last weekend. I thought it was very good. Hopefully everybody attended. I am going to put a letter in the Times thanking everyone too and throw some names in there. But Carol's Riverfest committee did a fantastic job. Great. How many people do you think were there?
Oh, I think this is the biggest one we've had. I really do. Yeah, at least. Yeah.
The weather was perfect.
It
Yeah.
was. It wasn't too hot. It was
Yeah.
good.
It was huge.
All the volunteers, everybody helping out in all the areas, it was fantastic. And I didn't make the fireworks, but I heard that was great.
Cold though, wasn't it, Bill?
It was.
They're great. The fireworks were great, but it was cold. But everyone loved them,
Good.
and like that too. And we did get through the road.
Yes.
And kudos to both bands. They
Yes,
did a great job.
Yes, they
They
did a
did a
fantastic
great
job.
job, and they mustered it up and just they walked right through.
Our biggest fear, Carol and I, the night before was the day of Friday was out on this road here with the road was torn up with some of the water shutoffs in the middle of the road. People tripping over them, tripping hazards. But we told the band right off the bat, both of them, and no, there was no injuries from what I could tell.
No, and they did a great job. They might have had to get a little out of line to go around the cones, but they did a great job.
Perfect.
Yeah, everything was.
Okay, so still during my time, we do have a few people here tonight that we're going to say a few words about the upcoming charter change. I am in hopes that at our next and last, will it be our last meeting before the vote, or is it, we have the first meeting in November will be before the vote?
Right.
Right, so I'm hoping either at the next meeting or the one just before the vote that we would have a representative from the new ownership group that will be here to talk also. But as we know, we've been talking about this as a charter change that would allow the city to have a tool, a mechanism to use to help out, to loan out money to businesses that are coming in town and at a bigger scale. Right now, we do have a loan program at a smaller scale. This is be for companies that are looking to spend tens of millions of dollars. This would help out the new owners with the redevelopment of the mill site and potential other people that we've been talking to. I think there is some questions out there that I wanted Bill just to jump in. I think people think that we did the bond, that we executed the bond, and we already have $3 million, and now we're trying to get another one. And we know that that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, originally, when we were working with another group, the opportunity was there for the city to borrow $3 million in bonds. The council went through the process to do that, but that never took place.
Right. So it's not like we have $3 million sitting somewhere.
No.
Right. So this will just be another, like I said, will be a tool that we could use to help out with redevelopment, the mill site, and some other areas. So I do want to turn this over to, we have 3 gentlemen here tonight that would like to come up and speak, and you can do that right at the podium. Name and address, and also how you're affiliated with the city.
Okay, my name is Tim Ulster. I live at 77 Sewell Drive. Chairman of the Old Town Development LLC. Speak in favor of the charter change. As you mentioned, it's another tool that would be in the toolbox to promote economic development going forward. It's just a tool. It doesn't have to be used. It can be used. The due diligence will still have to be done when something comes forward to to take advantage of that. So I think it's a good tool to have, and that's where the state of economic development is to offer packages like this. We do have a TIF program in several areas of town, which is tax incremental financing, and that's another tool that we have. But all these need to be brought forward to bring economic development to locations such as ours.
And I think, Tim, that's a very good point, that if this does pass, that doesn't mean we're just going to be out writing checks left and right, that whatever opportunity there is, we would talk to the LLC and the council, of course, and Ron Harriman, Economic Development Director, and, of course, tell the citizens what we're going to do. It's not like we're just going to start writing checks. So that's a very good point, that if this passes, it doesn't mean we're going to spend it right off.
Right.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Next.
Brent Ulster, 265 Stillwater Avenue. Yes, I'm related to him.
I'm the baby in the family.
With that, I'm a banker who has worked in the greater Bangor area for the last 39 years. And many things have changed with municipal development and municipal financing. Municipalities have to become much more creative in the way that they can entice and encourage businesses to locate into their communities by TIFs, by a variety of different sources that the city might have and have the ability to bring forth to a new company coming in. The last 5 years, the world is very different when it comes to financing and how companies look for, again, and look at municipalities and what they can offer. And believing that this charter change will be one additional tool that the city could offer with all the due diligence in place prior to, offer to a potential company to come in, whether it's bringing 10 jobs or whether it's bringing 100 jobs. It is economic development to the city of Old Town.
Very nice. Very good. Thank you, Brent. Appreciate it. You're not a brother of these two, I don't think.
I don't, no. And they're obviously both much, much older than I am. So. My name's Everett Dechaine. I live at 182 Bullen Street in Milford. I'm here this evening as a individual that's been working for the last 2 years to try to repurpose the Old Town Mill. It's been a rocky road, as you all know. But we have made a tremendous amount of progress and continue to do so. The charter change is important not only for the mill, and as has already been mentioned here, it's an economic development tool that's very important to have, and hopefully the mill will be able to take advantage of that here in the near future. However, looking longer term, I think it's important that we have this type of tool in our toolbox to attract businesses to Old Town, to try to balance out our the tax base and create employment for the city. So this kind of tool, certainly, I'm extremely interested in it right now because of the project that I've been working on the last 2 years. But I've also been a member of the LLC for a number of years, and I see it as a very important tool moving forward as well. So I strongly encourage the people of Old Town to pass this change in the charter and make it available.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And we are going to get a letter, Bill and I, into the Times and stuff, and try to get this out and get the quotes from the gentleman tonight in there. And also, like I said, at the next meeting or the meeting just before, I'm hoping to have a representative from the new buyers that can come here and speak as well. Anybody else on this piece? No? That's it for me, right? You're doing the other thing?
Sure.
Okay. All right, standing committees. City councilors.
I have one thing to bring up. It's been brought up to me several times, and I'm just wondering, now that we have the brand-new super-duper highway up Bennock Road, Are the big old trucks from Casella, from Juniper Ridge, going to be still encouraged to go down the interstate instead of using that road?
Yeah, there's signage up there.
Okay. Because
the-
some, and actually it happened to be a person who was investing downtown at some of those trucks that are coming through, and I was trying to think coming down, there's only one way to get to Milford is through either this way or down around, that they're afraid that they might be driving off some of our people who want to eat outdoors, in fact, out across the way, because the trucks are pretty doggone smelly, and you can smell them when they come through, and of course, when it's really warm, it's even worse.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's probably not something we can dictate to say not to come through town, but I was hoping that we could still encourage them to go around town.
Yeah, they've got signage at the way station and right out on the Benneck Road, right at the, when you leave the landfill.
Yeah.
When they pull out, there's signage there to ask them to use I-95.
Okay, so that hasn't changed, that process
No.
hasn't
Right.
changed then?
But the road in our area has changed, and believe me, the traffic has picked up as far as the trucks are concerned.
Okay.
I mean, they've really done quite a very nice job on the road. It is no longer crowned. It really is. They've done a good job making sure things were nice, level, flat, brand new asphalt. You know what that's like, and that seems to be that we're seeing a lot more trucks than we were before the road was fixed.
Probably the
So-
speed has picked up too, I would think.
Oh yeah, 45 miles an hour through there was really
Yeah,
too
it was
fast. But
too
there's
fast.
we've already approached the state about that, and there's no way they're gonna
Lower
not
that down?
No, because there's not enough people, there's not enough area for.
Concentration.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Those stinky trucks, do they still go through town? They do sometimes? I thought they stopped going through town for a while. I know they're back going through again. And aren't they supposed to be covered, and didn't they do something to mitigate that?
They are supposed to be covered.
Yeah. They're not always.
they're not always. No.
No.
It all depends on what loads are coming through. I mean, I don't know without specifically, but I can tell you that that's monitored really closely because the state demands Casella to monitor that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's not a truck on occasion that
Yeah.
doesn't do that, but
No, and I know you're right. I know that there is signage and stuff that, to encourage them to take the interstate back and forth. But I think now that we have the new highway, I think they might have to have a little bit more of a nudge to say, remember, you should be using the
Yep.
interstate.
yep,
You
I
call
can-
them?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Call Wayne
Appreciate
tomorrow.
that.
Yep. Yep.
Any other councilors? We good? City Attorney?
Nothing, thank you.
Thank you. Special committees? City Manager?
Penny Road lot sale, we're getting very close on that with the company that's come forth. Hopefully, by the end of this week, we should be able to tie that up. They realize that the only thing that we have up there right now for services is water goes to KB Corp. There is no sewer line up there, which didn't really deter them. They can do something privately, or we could look at EDA funds or community block grant money to possibly extend the sewer line. But there's no sewer line that runs up Penny Road right now.
I guess I thought there was one for the trucking company.
No, private sewer, private septic.
So that'd be quite a project, wouldn't it?
I haven't done the estimates on it, but yeah, it would be a
I think it'd
would be a project. But we'd look at grant money if to try to move that forward.
So it's only along the highway itself, right?
Correct.
Sewer, so it'd have to be branched off. Okay. I think it could be a good investment, though.
Yeah. I mean, there must be a ballpark figure, like so many feet, like what it costs or something, like how. Yes, yeah.
I really don't know. I mean, I think you can guess whatever you think it is usually twice as much.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't guess then.
That was a good answer. I don't want him to guess either.
Okay.
Dave Edson couldn't be here tonight to speak on the charter change, but one thing they want to make sure the council's aware of is that Con Edison's up here. they're continually working with the university. They're here Wednesday. They're getting really close on the cost range estimates for electricity and steam over to them. And one thing he wanted to make sure that everybody knew was that the other two companies that had the protest in, the university settled that, so they have,
The appeal process is over,
is over, correct.
which is very good. Things are moving along.
The only other thing on, underneath my time is I know Dave Smith wants to talk about one of his employees here this
Beautiful.
evening.
All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Last month, the pollution control
So
facility.
maybe come close to the microphone, because we always get yelled at
Sorry.
that.
Last month, the pollution control facility received some good news, and I just kind of wanted to share it with you. We don't get good news very often. So, as most of you know, in order to oversee a wastewater treatment facility, you need to be licensed or certified by the state of Maine. And these licenses have to be renewed every 2 years, and one of the requirements is you need 18 credit hours to renew your license. Well, back in the early 1980s, there wasn't much training available, and operators were finding it difficult to find classes to take to earn their credits. Well, in 1985, a few operators got together and formed a thing called Maine JETSI, and their intentions was to schedule classes to offer training for operators. Well, Maine JETSI's grown over the years, and now they actually oversee the entire licensing process, from the application to administering the test, to scheduling classes, keeping track of your credits, and to renewing your licenses. Well, one of the original founders for JETSI was named Jerome Frenchy Groovermont. And in 2005, JETSI announced that they were going to name an award in honor of him, and they call it the JETSI Founders Award. This award is intended to recognize a staff member in a wastewater treatment system. Basically, this award is intended for a long-term employee who was loyal and dedicated, an employee who takes pride in his work, an employee who does more than is expected at work and is an asset to his community. As I read the criteria for this award, I realized Paul was a perfect fit. So he was nominated and he won. So I'm happy to announce to the council that on September 21st, Paul Booton received the 2017 JETSI Founders Award for his dedicated and ongoing service to his local community and to the protection of Maine's water quality. This is a statewide award, and Paul is the first one north of Augusta to win this.
Nice.
The award was given, let me see, where am I? Paul was given this award at the annual wastewater convention at their keynote luncheon in front of all the bigwigs in our field. It was really, it's quite a
Very
thing.
nice.
So it's very humbling for when the facility you work for or a coworker gets recognized at this event. So I'm just happy to announce that Paul got this award a couple Thursdays ago.
Very nice. Paul, do you want to get a picture?
Oh, you want just Paul?
It's good.
Very nice.
Oh, come on, David, you can smile. Nice.
Very nice.
Mr. Mahan, I apologize, I don't know when I guess maybe when you said there's new items, somebody come forward. I just wanted to ask the council a couple questions about the roads in Old Town.
Yeah, it should have been, I'll let you do it, but next time it's under petitions, communications, and citizens' request.
Yeah, I kind of figured I missed that.
Yeah, if you come right up to the podium.
Thank you, I apologize.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you for letting me come
No
up.
problem. Just state your name and address, please.
Richard Jackson, 17 Fifth Street, Old Town, Maine.
Yeah.
I'm concerned that I've called a couple times to City Hall and talked about the roads here in Old Town for the lines and directional arrows on the road. I understand the roads, there's been quite a bit of work done in Old Town, which I'm really pleased to see. And, but I'm concerned that the arrows, I've had 3 people in the last 2 months right down here just traveling myself back and forth by College Avenue and Stillwater, going by in a right-hand lane. It's a right-hand turn only to College Ave. And I talked to the Arnold Police about it, and they said it was Old Town's jurisdiction. I said, well, you guys are out here, you know, watching the road, making sure people, you know, do what they're supposed to do. And I mean, honestly, if you're in the right-hand lane and there's no arrow direction, usually they go straight, all right.
Where is this again you're talking about?
College Avenue, down by McDonald's,
Okay.
right there. And coming from, you know, the interstate this way
Okay.
towards Old Town, you get in that right-hand lane, there's no direction there. I would like to see if, you know, if we can't paint lines and crosswalks, because kids are going to school now. I have 2 grandchildren that use the roads here steady in Old Town. And I know they put up lights. I'm really thankful to see those yellow flashing lights. And basically, if there was a crosswalk there, it just helps identify the people coming across. If you're not paying attention, people do use their cell phones or they don't pay attention, but it shows that person coming across. I just like to see those done in the city where the roads are good. I know you've done a lot of repair here this year, and again, I commend the city for that. But if there's something that could be done, just a suggestion is at least a sign saying right turn only, even on the lights up there. And I guess I get the point across. There's another intersection. I think Bennock Road is similar. Any roads coming down through. The other thing that I had a concern about, and I've talked to probably 7 different couples in Old Town, and they really said it's a problem, but nobody voices their opinion, you know, and I think that needed to be done, so I'm here, at least for myself. But right there at the Shop and Save, I know it costs money, but, you know, that's why we pay taxes, that's why we live in Old Town, is to have, you know, something given back to us for our tax money and things. And when you're at a light, at the Shop and Save, I was there for over a minute the other morning. No cars coming left or right. I was going left, and I had to just stay there for a minute. If they had a smart lights up here, it would just make so much difference. I go south in the winter. I come up to an intersection, and those lights change if there's no traffic coming the other ways. It's really nice because, you know, every one of our minutes count. I mean, we only got so many minutes here in this life. And I guess that's a concern for me, if that would be considered and, you know, talked about and maybe even something done about it, that'd be a great thing. And I guess other than that, I just wanted to voice my opinion on the lines and directional arrows on the road. If you need help, hey, I'm retired and semi-injured, but I can paint lines on the road. So give me an arrow and paint can, and I'll do it.
I
Thank
know
you.
as far as the lights are concerned, that's been brought to the council. We've talked about it many times. And I know we just did something to one about by hand, if we just put something in so they could actually get in to fix them when they mess up. But that has been brought to the council as far as fixing them up through. My understanding is that when they fix the road by College Ave, I think one of the places you're talking about by McDonald's, when they come in and they redo the bridge in a couple years, all that stuff's going to be redone.
Right.
That's my understanding. But I think if there's something between now and then that if there are lines that we need to put down, I mean, you could talk to Bill and let him know specifically.
I mean, the lines are scheduled to be painted, but it's just like with a paving project. I mean, they only they only want to come in here one time, and they'll do all the lines at one time.
So it's an outside company that actually, it's not Public Works that paints the lines. It's because I've been told it's the Department of Transportation, the state, actually owns that road down through. And I think it was last year, I said, yeah, but it's in our city, and you know, we need to consider that. I guess the only other thing, and I'll get back, I appreciate the time again, is the timing of the lights. My daughter travels every morning to go to work, my son and son-in-law, and they said one light will change there at the Shop and Save, it'll be green, and the other one's red, and you can't go anywhere. So it's like, but anyway, thank you very much.
I appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
One thing on the line painting I'd like to point out too is some people may have noticed that this road actually got painted
before it got torn up.
Got ground like
saw
3
that.
days later.
Yeah.
We've already discussed that with the line company.
With the
and
company.
That road's going to get painted again.
Yeah.
Free this time.
Yeah, I think so. But even though up there, I know the area he's talking about, if they could just have an arrow on the road showing that that's the way you need to go would be helpful.
Yep.
How difficult would it be too, is up on the wires where they put, you know, the signs where you can go straight or take a right turn?
Yeah,
That's another-
it's more difficult than you'd think it
Okay,
is. A
well,
lot of it's
I'm
MDOT.
Because it's a state, because that's why it's a state road, that's where we have troubles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at least if, when the paint company comes back, if they can at least get that stuff done. Okay, anything else under yours, Bill?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, we'll move right along here. Consent agenda, new business items number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Council McLeod, please.
Resolved, the Old Town City Council hereby approves suggested motions under new business items 1, 2, 3, and 4 as presented. Number 1, get to it. The Old Town Council hereby approves application for a major event permit for the Old Town Rotary Club to hold its annual Hunters Breakfast. Number 2, the Old Town City Council hereby approves issuance of a municipal warrants for the November 7th regular municipal election. Number 3, Old Town City Council approves the registrars of voters' hours for the November 7th, 2017 state and general regular municipal elections. Number 4, Old Town Council hereby approves to accept $460 from the state of Maine on the grounds that the Old Town Police Department made a substantial contribution to an investigation.
Okay, is there a second? Second. Jan, discussion? All those in favor? 6-0. Okay, we'll move along to public hearings and second reading of ordinances. City Council conduct a public hearing on a proposal to amend Chapter 21, Title Welfare, Appendices A, B, C, and D of the General Assistance Maximum Amounts for the period October 1st, 2017 through September 30th, 2018. This amendment is a requirement of the Department of Human Services in compliance with Title 22 MRSA, subsection 4305, paragraph 4. Open the public hearing.
This is just an annual change in the amount that the clients are allowed. It's regulated by the state.
Are they getting more?
But it's about the same. I bet you there's not much of a change.
Assuming it changed to more.
Not necessarily.
No? I see it here, I just don't see where it was showing like the previous year.
Yeah, I get these from Julie.
Okay. That's right, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else on this? Close the public hearing. City Council consider scheduling the second reading for final approval on a proposal to amend Chapter 21 titled Welfare, Appendices A, B, C, and D of the General Assistance Maximum Amounts. Councilor Nuttall, please.
Resolve, the Old Town City Council hereby approves scheduling a second reading for final approval on November 6, 2017, a proposal to amend Chapter 21 titled Welfare, Appendices A, B, C, and D, Food, Housing, Heating, and Personal Care Assistance Limits of the General Assistance Maximum Amounts for the period October 1st, 2017 through September 30th, 2018, as presented in Attachment 1.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Linda, discussion?
I'll find out.
What the, okay.
Yeah.
All those in favor? None opposed? 6-0. Okay, number 2, the City Council conduct a public hearing on a new application for a lunch wagon permit for Mark Kent, DBA Wicked Good Gourmet, 1168 Main Street, Old Town, Maine. Open the public hearing. Anything, Patty, on this?
He's got a business started, require victualers, but he'll be making like bakery items and some different gourmet type foods that he'll invite different restaurants to come and taste. If they like it, they can purchase from him, and at the same time, he thought he would do a lunch wagon where he could also have the same foods for the public.
Okay. Good.
David was supposed to, they couldn't meet up on Friday. He was supposed to inspect today, but he didn't come in today, so I've got Jan to put a contingent upon
Okay,
inspections.
perfect. Anyone else? Close the public hearing. City Council consider approval of a new application for a lunch wagon permit for Mark Kent, DBA Wicked Good Gourmet. Councilor Klitsch.
Resolved, the Old Town City Council hereby approves an application for a lunch wagon permit for Mark Kent doing business at the Wicked Good Gourmet, 1168 Main Street, Old Town, contingent upon completed inspections.
Perfect. Is there a second?
Second. Okay.
John, discussion? All those in favor? None opposed? 6-0. Okay, moving on to new business. Item number 5, the City Council consider approval for renewal application for a liquor license for Delicious Bangkok. Councilor Klitsch.
Resolved, the Old Town City Council hereby approves a renewal application for a malt, spiritus, and vitreous liquor license for Siri Rat, Thorn Goat, doing business as Delicious Bangkok, 151 Main Street, Old Town, also contingent upon completed inspections.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Carol, discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Opposed?
No, I'm
No, 4, yep. Thanks for showing up tonight, Joe, I appreciate that. Item number 6, the City Council consider accepting a bid for demolition of the structures at 17 Front Street and 27 Front Street. Councilor Peterson, please.
Resolved, the Old Town City Council hereby authorizes the demolition of the city-owned structures located at 17 Front Street and 27 Front Street, and hereby accepts the bid from Streets Landscaping and Lawn Care Incorporated in the amount of $7,000 for the demolition and removal of these structures.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Linda, discussion? All those in favor? None opposed? 6-0. Last item for tonight, the City Council consider going into executive session for the purpose of discussing an economic development update relating to Expera Mill. Councilor May.
Resolved, the Old Town City Council hereby approves going into executive session pursuant to Title I MRSA, Section 405, Paragraph 6C, for the purpose of discussing an economic development update relating to the Expera Mill.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Jan, discussion? All those in favor? None opposed, and it's 7:33.